to welcome you all to the Duelist Kingdom.
Red Eyes Black Dragon!
Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Duelist Kingdom here. Today I'm going to go over the Duelist Pack 2, Legendary Duelists, Ancient Millennium. So right now looking at this, it seems like there's some pretty cool support that we're getting here. I don't know how meta it will be, but it'll be very fun to play. So it starts off with Relinquished as the boss monster, comes in holographic rare, so that's going to be pretty nice. Then goes to Millennium as Illusionist, which I'm going to spot that effect right now. Quick effect, you can discard this card, and then target one effect monster your opponent controls, equip that target to one Eyes Restrict fusion monster or Relinquished you control, and if you do it, is treated as being equipped by the equipped monster's effect. If an Eyes Restrict fusion monster or Relinquished is special summoned, add this card from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. So that's pretty good. Looks like we have some more support for it. Illusionist Faceless Mage now is a Millennium Eye monster. So if a face-up Eyes Restrict fusion monster or Relinquished you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target one Eyes Restrict fusion monster or Relinquished in your graveyard and special summon it. Okay, so it looks like it's trying to start like blocking like easy counters to Relinquished, and that's an Eyes Restrict right now. Yeah, Relinquished fusion. This might be an easier way to get it out. Fusion summon one Eyes Restrict fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing cards from the hand, field, to graveyard. Alright, so it lets you use your graveyard. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one effect monster your opponent controls, equip that target to your fusion monster or Relinquished. Okay, so it can help you get it from your graveyard, so I guess you can mill it a little quicker and use this card to get it out. It's a quick play, so maybe get some extra support for that. And then it lets you equip it, so I guess that can stop your opponent's monsters from setting up on you during their turn. You can use this card. Black Illusion Ritual, obviously. 1000 Eyes Restrict is going to be nice to get in a rare. It's not too available right now. I know I have one from a few sets back. Alright, now we're going to the Weevil Underwood support. So it starts with Parasite Paranoid, which seems like a pretty interesting card to me. You can, as a quick effect, you can target one face-up monster in the field, equip this card from your hand to that target, and you can only use this effect once per turn. The equipped monster becomes Insect. It cannot attack insect monsters. Its effect is negated. If this equipped card is sent to the graveyard, special summon one 7 or higher monster from your hand, ignoring the conditions. So if an insect deck ever does get pretty good, I mean, this would be great support for that, but I don't know how many insect decks are being run right now. It would definitely be fun in what they're looking for, the Insect Queen deck. Ultimately, Mutated Insect Queen. Okay, so I guess this is the new boss monster. Must be special summoned by a card effect. While another insect monster is on the field, insect monster you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target them from card effects. At the end of the damage step, if this card is attacked, you contribute one monster. This card can attack an opponent's monster again in a row. Once per turn, special summon an insect monster token. Okay, so I guess this gets special summoned with your Parasite Paranoid, and maybe some other support that they have for it. Super Cocoon of Evolution. Tribute one insect monster in either player's field, equipped with a card. So I guess that would be great for Parasite Paranoid. You equip it and then you use this card. If you do special summon one insect monster from your deck, ignoring the summon conditions. Alright, so you can do that with the Great Moth. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target one insect monster in your graveyard, shuffle into your deck, and draw one card. So this deck seemed pretty good. I don't know how amazing it'll be, but it'll definitely be really good for playing around with your friends. Corrosive Scales. Target one insect monster you control, equip this card to it. Your opponent monsters cannot attack insect monsters, except for the equipped monster you control. Okay? Each time your opponent normal or special summons a monster, or their activated card effect resolves, place one scale counter on each face-up monster your opponent controls. Each monster your opponent controls loses 100 attack and defense for each scale counter on it. Okay, so I guess this will do what Weevil did in the show, and I guess that's what the card art is. It makes his Guy the Dragon Champion a lot weaker. So it's gimmicky, but it's kind of cool. I guess they're just referring to the anime from that. Pinch Hopper. So this is back. It's just a reprint. When this card you control is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one insect monster from your hand. So I guess that's another way to get your Insect Queen out. The mutated one. Regular Insect Queen. Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth. I'm dropping this again, so that's cool. It has to be special summoned after the 6th turn of Petite Moth with Cocoon of Evolution, so that's a pretty rough thing to get out. So I guess the mutated Insect Queen is a little better now. I guess it moves over here to Bandit Keith. So I haven't seen too many Bandit Keiths moves before, but I guess there's a new card called Bomb Spider, BM4. Once per turn, you can target one Dark Machine monster you control, and one face-up card your opponent controls and destroy them. So 1 for 1. If a monster you control, whose original attribute and type are Dark and Machine, destroys a monster your opponent controls by battle, by its own effect and send it to the graveyard, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to half the original attack of one of those. So does this effect refer to itself? Dark Machine, yeah. So it's kind of cool. This card lets you go 1 for 1, and then you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to half of the original attack of one of those destroyed monsters in the graveyard. So I don't know how much play that'll be, because Red Eyes Burn is a little bit stronger than that. You only do half the damage with this, and you have to sacrifice one of your monsters. So let's see what else. If there's other support that might make that a little better. Desperado Barrel Dragon. If a Dark Machine monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn during the battle phase, quick effect, you can toss a coin 3 times and destroy face-up monsters in the field up to the number of heads. Then, if the result is 3, draw 1 card. Alright, so that's a little better than Barrel Dragon. Rather than 2 out of 3, it's 1 for each. This card cannot attack the turn this is activated. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 level 7 or lower monster with an effect that performs a coin toss from your deck. That's really interesting. An effect that performs a coin toss. Also, I wonder if the art that we get is going to be the one with the guns revolving on it. But no, that's really weird that it involves the effect of a coin toss. I haven't seen any monsters that refer to something that's not like specifically mentioned. Heavy Metal Raiders field spell. The first time each dark monster you control would be destroyed by battle, each turn it is not destroyed. Also, if you take battle damage from that battle, that monster gains that much attack. I don't really know what it's trying to say here. I'm just going to read that one more time. Okay. Once per turn, if a monster you control whose original attribute and type are Dark and Machine destroys a card in the field, or by its own effect, you can special summon 1 Dark Machine monster from your hand. Okay, so I guess that much attack refers to the battle damage. Yes, it does. Sorry, I must have missed that the first time I read it. So this is decent. I will go to Gun Cannon Shot. Once per turn, if a card or effect that performs a coin toss is activated, that we see it again, apply these effects immediately after resolves based on the number of heads. 1 is inflict 500 damage to your opponent, destroy 1 card your opponent controls, look at your opponent's hand, also discard 1 card from their hand. When a card or effect performs 2 or more coin tosses is activated, you can banish this card from your graveyard. All the results from this coin are treated as heads. Oh, so that's really good, because if this is in your graveyard, you can use your the new Barrel Dragon monster and get top 3 cards right on the field. So that's really good. Here's one of Bandit Keith's most interesting cards, was Time Machine. When exactly 1 monster is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, special summon that monster to the same side of the field that was destroyed in the same battle position when it was destroyed. So it just goes, puts it back in its spot. Blastsphere and Barrel Dragon are all the same older cards. Armed Dragon, Catapult. Okay, so here we go to Chaz from the GX series. So this is the fusion of Chaz's VWXYZ Dragon, Catapult Cat, and Armed Dragon level 7. That looks really hard to pull off. But Must first be special summoned from your extra deck by banishing the above cards you control or in the graveyard after you have special summoned the above cards during this duel. Alright, so you have to get out VWXYZ, Dragon Catapult Cannon, and Armed Dragon level 7 to use this, so I hope this effect is good. Your opponent cannot activate cards or the effects of cards with the same name as a banished card. Once per opponent's turn, you can banish one card from your deck or your extra deck, and banish all cards your opponent controls or is in their graveyard. Alright. So, yeah. This looks really good if you can ever get this out. I'm sure there's going to be some deck that found out how to get it out relatively easily, like maybe through like an instant, not instant fusion because it's a lot higher level, but some kind of one-turn fusion card. Then we go to a new Ojama card called Ojamification. Reveal one Light Machine Fusion monster from your extra deck and banish any number of Ojama monsters from your hand, field, or graveyard. Special summon from your hand, deck, or graveyard fusion materials with different names specifically listed on the revealed card, equal to the number of monsters banished this way. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 3 of your banished Ojama monsters and shuffle them into your deck, then draw 1 card. Alright, so I guess this is kind of playing off the last card we saw, although this would be pretty good to get out Ojama King, but I feel like you can definitely use this to get out the higher powered Armored Dragon Cannon that we saw before. See what else? Ojama Matching. Send one Ojama card from your hand or face up from your field to the graveyard. Add one Ojama monster with a different name and one Armed Dragon monster, except for Harder and Armed Dragon, from your deck and or graveyard to your hand. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon one of these monsters. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 3 of your banished Ojama monsters and shuffle them into the deck and draw 1 card. So I guess these Ojama cards that they're coming out with are specifically made to summon the Armed Dragon and VWYX Cannon, so that you can get at the big guy. So I guess this is specifically for a Chaz deck. Sorry about that. Ojama Party. So that art is interesting. If a Light Machine Fusion monster and or Armored Dragon monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish one Ojama card from your hand, field, or graveyard instead. You can only use each effective Ojama party once per turn. During your main phase, you can add one Ojama card from your deck to your hand and then discard 1 card. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon as many of your banished Ojama cards as Ojama monster possible. Alright, so I guess this is pretty good. Helps you get out those Ojamas and then search more Armored Dragons. Then you get Armed Dragon level 3, 5, and 7 here. And your VYX Dragon Catapult Cannon, which takes VW Tiger Catapult and XYZ Dragon Cannon to actually summon. Which does have a really good effect, but it is very tough to get out. Next up we got Ojama Magic. Older card. When this card is sent from your hand or field to the graveyard, add 1 each of Ojama Green, Ojama Yellow, and Ojama Black from your deck to your hand. So I guess they're trying to help you get out Ojama King and such, play off the other ones. Next up is Dr. Crowler, with his Ancient Gears. I know they got a lot of love and duel links. You can discard 1 card, add from your deck to your hand. Sorry about that. You can discard 1 card, add from your deck to your hand 1 Ancient Gear Golem, or 1 spell track that specifically lists the card Ancient Gear Golem in its text. You can only use the effect of Ancient Gear Frame once per turn. If this card attacks, your opponent cannot activate any spell trap cards until the end of the damage step, all of the Ancient Gear cards. If this face-up card in your owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, special summon up to 3 Ancient Gear Golem, and Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Pound from your hand, ignoring the summon conditions. So that's pretty crazy. You get your opponent to destroy this. If you have them in your hand, I guess you can special summon all your Ancient Gear Golem monsters, which is pretty cool. Megaton, Ancient Gear Golem. There's 3 Ancient Gear monsters. Okay, so I guess the other card helps you special summon this guy, because you can get the Ancient Gears out. If this card attacks, your opponent cannot activate any spell trap cards. Okay. If this card was fusion summoned using 2 or more Ancient Gear Golem or Ancient Gear Ultimate Pounds, as fusion materials. It can attack up to the number of times during each battle phase. So I guess you could do it 3 if you use the other guy, and then you fuse your Ancient Gear monsters. If this face-up fusion monster card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon 1 Ancient Gear Golem from your extra deck, ignoring it in some conditions. So I guess you get it back. Oh, Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem from your extra deck. Maybe it's another card we'll see in a minute. Ancient Gear Fusion. Fusion summon 1 Ancient Gear Fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials. Okay. If you use an Ancient Gear Golem or an Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Pound, you can also use monsters in your deck as fusion materials. So I guess if you get 1 and 1, you can get out the Ancient Gear Fusions really fast, which is really cool. They seem pretty strong. Competition Cross Dimension. Oh, I like that art a lot. Target 1 Ancient Gear monster you control and banish it. During the next standby phase, return that monster banished by this effect to the field, and its attack becomes double its original attack until the end of the turn. If an Ancient Gear Golem or Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Pound would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. It seems pretty strong. These are all really cool. I don't know how good they're actually going to do, but they seem really cool for like casual decks. You get your regular Ancient Gear Golem. And then you got the Ultimate Pound that they were talking about. I don't think this is a brand new card, but let's check out its effect anyway, because I haven't seen it before. Cannot be special summoned. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. Up to twice per turn, when this attacking card destroys a monster by battle, you can discard 1 machine monster. This card can attack again in a row. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand, and if you do, add 1 other Ancient Gear monster from your deck to your from your graveyard to your hand. It seems like a pretty good effect.